Welcome back to more 2d6 Dungeon, down in level 5. Last we left off, Grunko found himself in this hex painting room here, which says there is a circle of blood painted on the floor, and inside are a series of lines and shapes. I don't know if anyone recognizes that magical object that the blood depicts on the floor there, on the ground. But so that's that hex painting room we left off, and we fought the Banshee. And then there is a wooden locked door that we haven't concerned ourselves with yet. And it's locked at an 8, so that's pretty reasonable, I think. Good chance that we'll be able to get through there. We are looking pretty nice still, because we've just been to town, really only fought the Banshee after getting back, I think. So we are at 66 HP. So far Grunko has survived longer than the character sheet has, which is already tearing up here, which is, if you haven't seen the last video, why I'm tracking the HP using these two dice now. And we are so close to leveling up, 61 XP points off, which we could probably just craft a few doses of Herbal Remedies, which I wanted to do anyways at some point, but seems kinda boring to sit down in a corner, crush a few petals, chew on a few leaves, and suddenly level up that way. So I'd rather see if we can't do that via an encounter. Yeah, so with that out of the way, let's try to make our way through that door. Oh, and also I, as you see, colored in the whole rest of the map, or filled in the details. And after doing that, I realized we're almost done with level 5. I mean, there's still a good chunk to go, but this is about the degree of coverage where we'll, I don't know, maybe do 3 or 4 more rooms, maybe 3 only. See if a unique or cool room presents itself to us that holds the door, and then head down to the next level, because we've already been to town and the level has quite a lot of dead space. Now part of that is because I didn't make the rooms all rectangular or square, like these spaces down here would usually be filled with the large room, but part of that is the way I just arranged the rooms. I didn't think about it that much in the moment, and so now we have these big old spots where there just can't be any more rooms because it's completely cut off, so I filled them in already as well. Okay, now for real, let's look if we can unlock that door. So we have a precision of +3, so we can probably just do it outright, but because we have quite a few lockpicks, let's use one. Why not? One of the lower level ones that only give +1. We'll still have 8 of those left, just to make our chances a bit better, because as we found out, fighting patrols on this level might not be the thing we want to do all day, every day, just for no good reason. So we've got a +1, so this will, with our precision, be a +4. Ooh, and that's still not enough. That's a bad roll. So if we'd used one of our great lockpicks there, I think that would have been enough, yeah. But like this is just a 7, and the door is locked at an 8. Now luckily, because it's a wooden door and not a stone slab or something like that, we can wait for a patrol to come through, which also means we'll be consuming one of our rations without getting much benefit from it, because as I said, we're still at full, actually above full, because we got those extra HP from the Tavern Brawl, I believe. So the ration won't even be healing us. Yeah, so that's a bit annoying. Would have loved to just get through there like that, but now we gotta fight another level 5 patrol, which is just a d6. Let's roll that. A3, so kind of mid. That's a red guard. Now a red guard. That is a lower roll than the Vodillian Brawler we fought at the start of the floor, so I'm curious if it's gonna be easier. I don't know. Okay, so the Vodillian Brawler would have been a level 5 enemy and the Red Guard is a level 4. So this might be a bit nicer for us. So 160 XP, so we will definitely level up after that fight. 32 HP, which is at this point kind of average, I feel. Or maybe a bit on the high side, but yeah. Interrupts on primary 2s, 3s and 5s. So both our Violent Cleave and our Swooping Spin will be hit by that. But our Sharp Pummel won't. Yeah, so that's good. We have an attack that does a lot of damage, at least. Now sorry, it's not focusing again. Now he's got a 3 and a 6 and a 6 and a 4. Now again, we are missing that primary 1 in our new set of armor. I gave away I think the helmet was the one that gave us the primary 1. Primary 3. And now we are missing it a lot because it does seem pretty common for enemy maneuvers. So the sword thrust, because we don't have a secondary 6 either, will definitely be doing the full damage, but at least the quick slash will be just D3 instead of D3 plus 3. So that's a huge difference. Okay. I'll put him here and prepare for the fight. Alright, let's try it like this. I'm still figuring out what the best way is to get the important information in frame. Also, I tried to make the HP bar a bit bigger this time because I noticed while editing I do make those pretty tiny sometimes. So I think we won't be throwing our throwing axe or something like that at him. I just want to attack outright because we are looking good still and he's just a patrol. Let's save our throwing axe for stronger enemies. Yeah, so round 1. We roll a 6 and a 1. Now if that is not our favorite miss, the only miss apart from an actual mishap attack that we can roll. Great start. I don't know. I think I said it in a previous video. Seems we're rolling that a lot. Now the red guard shows us how it's done and does a prime attack. The red guard pulls a dagger and flings it at you and it slices past your face. Lose d6 plus 2 HP. And again, even though we have those gauntlets, can't protect against prime attacks using armor. At least I think so. And I forgot, so d6 plus 2. And that's a 5. So 7 damage right out of the gate. So instead of us pulling out the throwing weapon, he did. And I'm using the pen again, aren't I? This is probably going to be a bit slower doing it with the dice, because I'll definitely be looking for the numbers on the dice. Okay, let's just continue. That was just a fluke. I know we can do it. So that's a 3 and a 6, which will be... now that is out of range of the sharp pummel, so that will be the violent cleave. Now, because of his plate armor, that'll be doing 2 damage less, so just d6 plus 3. 5 damage. Like that. It's okay, but I'd like to have more damage done to him in round 2 at this point. But that's what happens when you miss on the first roll. So he rolls a 5 and a 1, and he only has 2 shift, which actually means he can't do anything with that. Yep, very nice. Our turn, 2 and a 3. Now that could be the spin or the cleave, which at this point, this isn't accurate anymore, because we are now wielding the mighty longsword of Kirby, thanks to the magic rune. Those are equal in damage, and those also both get hit by his plate armor. So it doesn't matter, it'll just be T6 plus 3 again. And that's a 1. Amazing stuff. Let's have him attack us. Double 5. Okay, so with his 2 shift, he can do the quick slash, but that's the weaker one of the two because our armor blocks that. But he can't get to the sword thrust, so it'll be the quick slash, D3 plus 3, minus 3 because of our armor, so just the D3, just a point of damage. Down to 58. Yeah, so this is not going amazing. Now, as I said, we're in no real danger at the moment. We do have those healing potions. We have favor with Meduva and so on. But, you know, I'd like to not waste as many resources on just opening a door, ideally. So the double 3, that'll be another swooping spin. So D6 plus 3 again. At least that's a high roll, so 8 damage. Yeah, that's nice. Have him attack us. Oh, also we have that extra shift. Now that wouldn't have mattered then, because we would have been able to do the violent cleave, which is the same in this situation. He rolls a double 3 as well, and he has 3 shift, which actually means he can shift this up to a 6. Sorry, wrong one. Like that, and do the sword thrust. So D6 plus 1, and that's a 6. This guy is really hitting with his attacks. First the crit, then the 6 here. Yeah, that isn't great. So another round, another extra shift, and we miss. Yeah, can't do anything about that. He attacks back. 2 and a 6. Now he can definitely turn that into another sword thrust, so another D6 plus 1, and that's a 5. So this is really showing right now why I was saying earlier I don't want to fight unnecessary patrols. I really wish I had just used my better lockpick then. But yeah, that sucks. So we are at 3/4 of our max HP now, just after a fight. I suppose we fought the Banshee, so after 1.5 fights. Let's attack ourselves in round 3. 1 and a 4. Haven't hit that sharp pummel yet either. Now we do have 5 shift at the moment. That's one of the sharp pummels, so it'll be a violent cleave. D6 plus 3, and that's another 1. Yeah, so luck is not on our side right now. Have him attack. A double 5 again. He rolled that before. Yeah, so that will have to be another sword thrust. So D6 plus 1 again. At least he rolled a 1 as well. So that'll take us down to 43. And now the fatigue sets in. Now he does not have any movement-based interrupt, so that won't change anything. 3 and a 5. Yes, okay, so that'll be enough for the sharp pummel. So now D6 plus 7. No interrupt. and a 5, so 12. And actually only had 11 left. So only needed that one sharp pummel there to kill him. But that went badly. Yeah, I did not enjoy that. Let's note down. I don't know how often I want to note down the HP. Now and again I do, just so I don't mess up the dice and completely forget. But yeah, gotta be careful or I rip up our character sheet when erasing that. So he gives us pouch table 2, a roll on pouch table 2, which we haven't had in a bit. Now pouch table 2 with no modifiers, it's just 2d6. And that's a average roll kind of. There are some Scarlet Oreovatis leaves inside. Okay, so let's just put those into our fancy new herb pouch, or what did I call it? Ingredient belt? I don't know. So we've got 3 of those now, and we can note down the pouch. Which will take a second. So I don't know if we really need any more pouches at this point. Especially now that I know that we can mix things as long as they're compatible. Actually, I probably won't mix things, but keep like all the lockpicks in one and so on. Okay, so that's him. No, the XP, right. So at least we gain the level up and thereby HP. So we get a bit of healing after this. So 160 XP should put us at 5099 total XP. Give me a quick second to do the level up. Okay, so level 7, not that exciting turns out. All that changed is we gained another point of precision. And that's it, apart from the extra 10 HP and max HP that you get on every level up. So we are at 53. 4 precision, 4 discipline thanks to our ring. And 3 shift still. And to reach level 8, we need to get to 10k XP. So double what we have now. And that won't get any easier after that. I think there's even larger distances between levels after that. But that's the level up. That's at least something. And I realized, I think for the door that was locked at an 8, which now is unlocked thanks to the guard, I rolled a 4, I think, or no, a 3 and had +4 precision thanks to the lockpick. So we were 1 off. So had we done the level up beforehand with by crafting herbal remedies or whatever, we would have actually been able to pick that lock and wouldn't have had to fight. So that goes to show you how one little point of precision can make all the difference sometimes. Okay, but now let's continue on through there, see what we find. So a 6x2 with 2 doors, which will be room number 15, and just a normal room. 5 and a 1. That is slime walls. There are some parchments on the floor here and some scorch marks. The walls are covered in slime, and that's unique. Interesting. And it's got random exits. Let's roll that first before I forget. After we've had problems with that in the past, I want to always do that immediately. 6 and a 4, reinforced doors. So the slime walls, a bolt of slime shoots at you. Roll a d6 plus discipline. Below 6 and it hits, melting a piece of armor. Ooh, that's scary. So we have for discipline, thanks to that ring. So the only way we fail this, yeah, so we fail if it's below 6. So the only way we fail this is by rolling a 1. But still, that would suck because we just got our... but don't even have to keep talking. So armor is safe. We dodge the bolt, I guess. And nothing else happens there. What an annoying room, but at least it's unique. Yeah, let's go to the left, check if that reinforced door is open. That's wide open. Check the room behind it. That is tiny. It's just a corridor. And it's got 3 doors leading off of it. Interesting. Like that. And let's maybe continue downwards. 3 by 1, that's another corridor that won't even fit in there. Yeah, so I'll just say I treat that as being a little dead end down there. Then maybe let's check upwards. That is a 3 by 5 with 2 doors. Put the room like that. So that is a normal room. Double 3. A worship space, which is unique, but I don't think we've had before, at least not on this level. There is an altar here and a small statue standing on it. A collection of stools are gathered around. It is dedicated to a god. Roll on GOT 1. A 2, which is in Tuneric. So, Tuneric altar. And says we can make a correct offering for 1 favor point and then roll on interruptions and unexpected 3. Now I think in Tuneric was the Merc, which loved like ink and dirty things. It's too sure, yeah. So ink, coal, black beetles, black feathers actually. I do believe we got a black feather at some point. Yeah, up there. Let's offer that up. I think that's made for that. Yeah, we found, I think it was some secret compartment or something like that, that basically had the god worshipping starter kit, which was like 3 of the preferred items for 3 different gods. So the black feather has a +1 here on him, which means we gain 2 favor points instead of 1. So we're really getting up there now. Funny, I think before we returned to town we didn't have any favor with him. Then I offered, or didn't offer, prayed I guess in the temple to him, and now we got that offering here. So now suddenly Murataini is the one with the least favor points, or where we have the least favor points. Okay, so that's the worship space. Now we have to roll on interruptions and unexpected 3. No modifier there. 2d6. 6 and a 3. Above you, you see a large pig's bladder stretched out just below the ceiling. It is catching drips from a leak and it is bulging full of water. You also spot the silhouette of a pouch in the water. If you have something sharp, you can burst the bladder and grab the pouch, but you become soaked. Roll on pouch table 2. Okay, I think we will do that. Now we do have something sharp. We have a long sword. Or I don't know if it says something sharp to throw at it. The handful of nails, maybe not. Could maybe throw a throwing dart. Will that burst the bladder? That's pointy, that's not really sharp, is it? I mean, we do have our sword, so I guess we can try that. Just below the ceiling. Depends on how high the ceilings are here and how tall Grunko is. That was never specified. I'll use the throwing dart. I'll say that we can sort of pop it with that, though I know it's not a balloon, but who knows, I've never popped a pig's bladder, so I don't have the experience there. Yeah, so we can burst it and grab the pouch but become soaked. So now we are soaked, which I've been very afraid of before, just because we hadn't been finding a lot of fireplaces. But ever since we read up on the herbal remedies and the fact that we can actually make a powder, a drying powder that removes the soaked status, I think we can risk that a bit more. So if we don't find that in the next few rooms, we can, craft up a powder. Okay, so pouch table 2, another roll. It's the same one that the red guard allowed us to roll on. Let's hope for a bit of a higher roll this time. Some more gold would be nice, or maybe a cool item. 7, that's just average. A few coins rattle in the pouch, gain 3d6 silver and 2d6 gold coins. Okay, 3d6 silver, 12, putting us at 53, and 2d6 gold coins, that's an 8, putting us at 25. Alright, not bad. Let's continue on from there, I guess. Or do we just want to treat the soaked status right away? We do also have that burning brazier here still, where we chucked a whole sack of firewood into, though I don't know if that's still burning, if we've been to town and so on. I don't even remember which order that was. Yeah, so that's room 7 and we've been to town after room 12. Yeah, so that's definitely probably gone out now. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's start using these remedies. I wanna get into those. Be right back, I'll have to pull up the recipe again. Alright, so for the drying powder we need Dankoma stems and Ilias petals. And that'll craft D3 doses, so let's use one of each to do that. Roller D3, hope for maybe more than one, would be nice to have it for future use. 1, that's fine. So, and that requires a container, which I think for powders is okay if it's a pouch, a small pouch. Could also be a jar or a bottle. For liquids, you obviously must use a jar or a bottle, but in this case it just says requires a container. Now, because we rolled a 1, I'm not going to even bother noting that down because we'll use it right away, which will remove the soaked status. So that was making a herbal remedy. We do get, because it's inventive usage, 5 XP per adventure level. So now we get 35 XP from that, putting us at 5,134, which is okay, I guess. It's just a little bonus for using those mechanics. And actually, I read up on that. That's for inventive usage in general. So whenever you use some of the items you found in a creative way or just using inventive usage, going sort of off rules, although that is an explicit part of the rules, you gain those XP. I think 5 per adventure level is the default for inventive usage. And we've not been doing that in the past. We haven't done an amazing amount of inventive usage, but a bit, like crafting the potion belt or the coming down here with the rope and so on. But I'm not gonna go back and try to figure out how much XP I missed there. I think that's just fine. And also we're okay on the XP front because we have a rather large dungeon footprint. You can make that even smaller and then you won't be fighting as much on each level and not leveling as quickly, which is why I'm not gonna go back to try and correct that, but we'll definitely keep that in mind in the future. Yeah, so let's go to the right from there. I have to cross or tick off the altar here. And let's see if we can't find a room that is worthy of holding the stairs down. You know me by now, I would always like the stairs to be in some sort of interesting, unique or large, exciting room. Or like last time, the little underground stream, which didn't have any stairs at all. So a 3x3, which we will re-roll to a 4 and a 1, so it'll be a 7x4. Sad. Almost rolled a large room there. But that's still going to be big on the map. But just not a large room by definition. Because it's not above 32 squares. How many doors? 3 more. So I'll connect one down here to the reinforced door there, because that just fits, and it will have another one leading off there. But I think that'll be all. And before I put in the shape, let's see what this room actually is. 2 and a 6 now. That is a materials room, which is not unique and has wooden doors. I'm not gonna put in a wooden door right behind the reinforced door, that'd be kind of silly. Materials room. Yeah, in that case, I think I'll just make it rectangular. It's like a warehouse, basically. So, what's that saying? To one side of this room is a workbench. On it is a pot of charcoal and a pouch of cathotospines. Which I'm assuming means we can take those. So, some charcoal. Which might come in handy if we ever wanna make a little fire in the future, or offer any more to Intuneric. He likes coal, I think. And then some cathotospines. Now those will be going into our pouch again. Or our belt. Like that. Okay, so that was just the room description. Which I'm not sure if I have not been paying attention to that or if that's kind of rare, but I don't think we've had like loot just in the room description. Roll a d6. On a 1 or 2 there is nobody here, and on a 3 to 6 a grey anchorite is working here and turns and attacks. Okay, so you maybe should have done that. I didn't read that before. We should have done that before taking this stuff, or maybe we just rummage through this stuff or go for it and he notices us. So 1 to 6, actually that is a 1, which I think means no one is here. So we're fine just taking the things and moving on. Not too exciting. Yeah, so I think this will be our last room. Let's hope for a big one, but even if it's a small one, I'll put in the stairs because this seems about right, just pace-wise. We'll have to roll for the wooden door first. That is open, or at least not locked. And a 3 by 5. Okay. With 2 more doors. And that is 6 and a 2, a stone platform. And that is room 18. As I said, I think that'll be our final one. So a square platform has been built into this space. Atop are 2 chairs and a table with a red cloth. There are tea chests at the back. If you search, roll on TCT1, which is tea chest table 1, times 3, but a patrol comes. Roll on L4P. Now interestingly, level 4 patrol, L4P, not level 5. although this is the room table for level 5. I just double checked after reading that. Yeah, so that sounds juicy. So first of all, I think we'll take the red cloth, which I don't know if we gotta put that into a pouch. It's just like that. And definitely search those teachers tables. TCT1 3 times we can roll on that. Now no modifier, but 3 chances of rolling something nice. That might be the one where we found the dead crow with the ring. Yeah, I think so. That was a T chest as well, right? So TCT1. First roll, an 8. The box is full of wood shavings, but beneath this are some random metal items. Roll on MIT1 and MIT2. Okay, so now starts the rabbit hole of rolls within rolls within rolls. So the metal items 1 and 2, I'll just roll these 2. The black one will be MIT1 and the white one MIT2. So we rolled on MIT1 a forged blade and MIT2 a twisted piece of plate. Sure, we might be able to use those in the future, I'm not sure. The forged blade could definitely be offered to, I think, Rakada it was, with the forged metal. Okay, second roll on TCT1. 5. There is a small empty casket in the bottom. Could take the casket, I guess, for things, but let's not, we have a lot of pouches. And the last roll is a 9. Some rubbish has been thrown into the box. In it you find some leather cord and some black feathers. Now, that sounds like something we can use. So, leather cord and more black feathers. Now it doesn't say how many, so I'll just note those down as one sort of bundle of feathers, 1 unit. I really thought Teacher's Table 1 held better stuff. We didn't even roll that badly, a 9, and the other ones were kind of average. Yeah, okay, I don't know if that'll be worth fighting the patrol for, but we will find out shortly. Though level 4 patrol probably at this point a lot more comfortable fight than the brawlers and guards we fought so far. So that's a d6, and that's a 6. That's another undertroll. Okay, so I suppose he'll be a boss for the floor here before heading down. So under troll, if I remember correctly, that was a level 4 enemy, right, and he had 40 HP and gives a lot of XP, but could sort of have you lose your large items, which last time we rolled on that and immediately hit our fancy throwing axe that had the Yips returning rune on it, and that was kind of sad. So I might just throw the throwing axe at him instead of risking just losing it and not gaining any benefit from it whatsoever. Yeah, I'll be right back to start the fight here. Okay, let's start by throwing our throwing axe. Again, just so we don't run the risk of losing it for nothing. Throwing axe +2. That's a 6 and a 5. Now he's got that interrupt on secondary 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 6s, but not 5s. So this actually does not get interrupted, which means it'll be doing 8 damage right out of the gate. Because that's 6 default for the throwing axe and the +2. And also means we can look for it afterwards. because, yeah, it says if the weapon was deflected by an interrupt, it's lost automatically. But if we threw it without it being deflected, we can roll a d6 and have a 50-50 chance of finding it back. So we'll have to remember that. And now I'll fold this behind there again and just continue combat the usual way. So round 1, we attack. 5 and a 4. Now he has that interrupt on everything but secondary 5s. I just read it out, so that means ideally we'd like to do a sharp pummel, which we'd like to do anyways. And we can, so a 6 and a 5, which will be the sharp pummel, d6 plus 7, no interrupt. 9 damage, another 9. So we've already done 17 damage to the guy before he even got a chance to attack. Feels like this is going a lot smoother than the first time we fought him. But we'd hope so, because we've leveled up a bit since then. And also we had that throwing at X. So he's got 2 shift, which in this case means he can't use any of his maneuvers because he needs a double 2 or a 6 and a 5. Yeah, that's great stuff for us. We have rolled a 2 and a 6, which is an exact strike of a violent cleave, which we will do. Yup. Yeah, let's do that. I was just looking because it's actually interesting. In some cases, maybe an exact strike of one of our weaker attacks might be weaker than just shifting up to one of these stronger ones, depending on the interrupts. But in this case, the violent cleave only gets deducted 1 damage, and we add our 3 shift because of the exact strike. So this is d6 plus 7 again. So just like the sharp pummel. But not unlike the sharp pummel, we rolled a 6, so that's 13 damage. The guy only has 10 HP left. This is quite a strong performance by Grunko. 23 can definitely be turned into the double 2. So the mighty fist is d6 plus 1 damage. But we can choose one of our armor pieces here, which all do the same, so it'll be d6 minus 2 instead. And that's just a 1, so it doesn't get past our armor. Nice, nice. If we now fight the Under Troll and he does no damage to us, I'll be, yeah, I don't know, I'll be amazed. But that's also a nice show of power. That we've actually gotten a bit stronger since the last time we fought him. No, I like that in games sometimes, or it can be fun if you find enemies from earlier levels and then you suddenly notice for the first time that yes, indeed, the character has gotten a bit stronger. Yeah, and it can just be fun to sort of flex your new equipment on old enemies. Although the troll isn't super low level. So let's attack him again. 4 and a 2. Now that is just the swooping spin, I believe. Yeah. But that's fine, so that'll be d6 plus 4 because of the interrupt again. Could, if we roll a lucky 6, could still kill him. No such luck. But 6 damage nonetheless, so he's left at 4, which we should be able to do with any of our attacks next round. Let's have him attack us. Double 3, now that can definitely be turned into the double 2. And that's all he can do with that. Not the double 6, please. There it is. And that'll be d6 minus 2 again because of our armor. And that's another blocked attack. He's been rolling low. Well, so we get our 1 bonus shift. So that now means it's super unlikely for us to miss. And we'll just do the swooping spin. d6 plus 5, but actually just plus 4. 8 damage. Easy fight. So our supposed boss fight or final fight for the floor didn't even prove to be any sort of challenge. So that means we do get 2 rolls on 2 different bag tables and 250 XP, which is great. So we're now at 5,384. But still, that's going to take a while till our next level up, 5,000 XP. Unless our level 6 enemies suddenly start dropping 500 each or something like that. Okay, so 2 bag tables. Let's do that. Now, 1 with a +3 modifier and 1 with a +2 modifier. Let's start with bag table 1 +3. I'm hoping for some nice items at the end of the floor here. So that'll be a 6 plus 3 is a 9. Among some random objects is a pouch containing 2d6 plus 10 silver coins, 4d6 plus 10 gold coins, and a potion of phasing. That's quite the haul, and we actually have the room for that potion. Now we know what that does. Allows us to bypass 1 locked door, even a stone slab, so that might come in handy on the next level to prevent fighting a patrol. And now let's roll for those coins after I note down the pouch. Yeah, so that's nice. I was hoping to find some more coins because we do have some more armor to save up for. And that armor I have in mind costs, I think, between 400 to 500 gold coins, just that one piece. And that'll have us covered even with the primary 3s again, which we are missing at the moment. Okay, so let's roll for that. First of all, the silver coins, 2d6 plus 10. So 17 silver coins, putting us at 70 total. And 4d6 plus 10 gold coins. Whoa, okay, so almost a quadruple 4, not quite. Not the perfect roll, but this is still a dream. So this is 23 plus another 10 from the back table. So 33 gold coins just then, which will put us at 58. Now that is lovely. And we still have another roll left. So back table 2 plus 3. Oh, actually both are plus 3. Ah. Okay, so back table 2 again, 2d6 plus 3. And that's a 12. Actually a 13, but 12 is the highest. So that's interesting. Okay. So this seems to be the valuables from a raid. Am I tripping or have we rolled that twice before already from the Tomb Raiders and so on? This seems super familiar. Seems to be the valuables from a raid including 2d6, no actually just d6 medium pearls, d3 plus 1 low quality rubies and d3 low quality emeralds. Yeah, we've definitely had that exact one before and I think twice actually. But I'm not complaining. So d6 medium quality pearls, 4 medium quality pearls. And those gems last time were quite a bit of money. It's when I realized how much they are actually worth, apart from using them for these little combination like puzzles. Okay, so D3 plus 1 low quality rubies. That'll be 3. Fine roll. Low quality ruby 3 times. And just plain D3 low quality emeralds. Okay, a single one. Low quality emerald. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, those rubies were like 12 or even, yeah, I think maybe 12 coins each, 12 gold coins. We just got 3 of those. Yeah, so that's another great chunk of just money for us. That definitely brings us closer to our goal of getting more runes on our sword. So we have to find the runes and getting more armor. And that's the under troll done. Yeah, so I said this was going to be the last room here. And I think I'll keep it that way, although this is now obviously very tempting to go into another one there. But yeah, I think our momentum is there. We leveled up right before this. We fought another strong enemy, although he just missed all the time. And got a nice bag or 2 bags full of cash and gems. So I think that's a great point to leave it at. We'll head down there and I think I'll see you down on level 6 in the next video. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're having fun if you're watching this. And if there's anything I could do differently or misplaying about the game, do let me know. I'm open to changing things up a bit. I'm still trying to figure out how to get everything in frame and at a chill pace, but at the same time not to let it get too boring. Or I know there's a lot of times where I don't say much while noting things down or something like that. Now this is not a super fast-paced action game. Obviously this is a relaxed solo board game, but still, just for the video's sake, I'm open to any sort of constructive criticism. Alright, I think we'll head down there and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.